guess it was about a year and a half on our own. We were just really struggling with that and was nervous about like, what do we say? What words do we put? How do we present this? I was on Instagram one day just scrolling and you came up and I just thought, oh my God, he's like the friendliest guy ever. When I first talked to you about it, you're like, I don't think you need this. And I'm like, yeah, we really do. Like, we really need help with this because we didn't we'd come up with a plan, but then we weren't really implementing it. I will say that made me appreciate it even more because I didn't feel like you were like trying to take my money. I've been in those instances, or you're just, you weren't trying to oversell it or make me feel like, oh yeah, you need to do this. You were genuinely honest and we're like, I don't really think you need it. And then I was like, no, I really like him. I need this. We just weren't, getting even a nibble of this or that during football season of something. And so it was very disheartening for him. And so that's hard because as a parent, those are some of the things you can't fix. I mean, there's just nothing you can do about it. I wasn't so nervous about it. You guys you took that from me in a sense because would literally give me I remember times I was like, Jack, like literally tell me what to say. Like, I don't know what to say. And you would spell it out for me. This is what you say with this video. This is what you say with that video. Send it on this day. Send it at this time. And so you made it really easy. I just followed exactly what you told me to do. It took all the stress out of it. You got 18 offers. I believe it's 18. I'd have to really go back and count. 18 offers within 3 weeks. I mean, it was shocking the results we got. We still are kind of dumbfounded by the whole thing. I mean, going to the camps, but I feel like everything you say is so true about that, about having the relationship before you go makes a difference. Well, thank you too. Again, we cannot thank you enough. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So I really appreciate it.
Hey, Misty, how's it going?
Great. Jack, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. I'm really excited to talk to you. I'm really excited for what happened and kind of what you guys were able to make happen. I'm super excited for him. And so here's where I would like to start. I'd love to start by asking you, what drew you to us? And why were you looking for help? Because I think when we first kind of interacted, I may have told you like, hey, I don't even know if you really need this. Can you talk to me about why you were looking for help and what you might have been struggling with?
Well, Hugh's coach had told us we met with him actually right before Hugh went into high school. And he informed us, that the best way to get Hugh seen and all the things besides coaches coming to the school was to use social media. And I'm just one of those people. I don't post a lot. Hugh was young. I didn't want him on social media. So the coach is telling me you need to get him on Twitter and you need to do this and you need to do that. And I'm like thinking to myself, he's crazy. Like, like, how am I going to navigate that? How am I going to do that? And so we tried it for, I guess it was about a year and a half on our own. And it was, we needed to post. They're telling us we needed to post stuff weekly, things, practice film, any training Hugh was doing, anything like that to get out to the coaches that, what Hugh was doing and, to develop himself, all those things. And so we were just really struggling with that. He was doing great at school as far as meeting the coaches, but to stay on top of the social media and get something out every week was a struggle for both of us. And I say that probably because I think I was like overthinking it and was nervous about like, what do we say? What words do we put? How do we present this? And so anyway, I was on Instagram one day just scrolling and you came up and I just thought, oh my God, he's like the friendliest guy ever. And maybe he'll at least answer my questions. So that's how it all started. And you're correct. When I first talked to you about it, you're like, I don't think you need this. And I'm like, yeah, we really do. Like, we really need help with this because we'd come up with a plan, but then we weren't really implementing it. And some of it was because, Hugh didn't know what to say. I'm overanalyzing it on what to say. And anyway, so that's why I came to you. And then you sent me you had me go on and watch the free Twitter video class of what to do. And I'll be honest, I even got a little more overwhelmed by that just because I was like, I'm not doing any of this. Like I'm not doing this right. So anyway, so that's how we got here.
Yeah, and just some clarity for anybody that's watching this. Part of the reason that I told you guys, or maybe just made sure that this was something that you really wanted, that you really needed, is that your son is, I'm just gonna say, exceptionally talented and very big. And he plays an athleticism sized based sport. And so I felt like, regardless of whether you guys worked with us or not, I felt like he was going to get some type of opportunity, right? Now, I had the belief that if you worked with us, we could probably help you get more of them or better of them or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, but I wanted to make sure that that was something that you guys were interested in. So for anybody watching, that's why I told her. If you're wondering why, that's why I was like, no, I wasn't just pushing away a very nice woman. Okay,
Well,
so
I will say that made me appreciate it even more because I didn't feel like you were like trying to take my money up in those instances, or you're just, you weren't trying to oversell it or make me feel like, oh yeah, yeah, you need to do this. You were genuinely honest and were like, I don't really think you need it. And then I was like, no, I really like him. I need this.
okay, awesome. So you said I really like him, I need this, and you came in. What did you find most helpful for you personally? How were we able to kind of help you guys through the process and maximize those opportunities?
Well, first, I wasn't so nervous about it. You guys you took that from me in a sense because would literally give me like I remember times I was like, Jack, like literally tell me what to say. Like I don't know what to say. And you would spell it out for me. This is what you say with this video. This is what you say with that video. Send it on this day. Send it at this time. And so you made it really easy. I just followed exactly what you told me to do. I didn't veer from that at all. If you said to send it on Monday at 6 o'clock in the morning, that's exactly what we did with the words you gave me and where you told me to send it. So it took all the stress out of it because I was so overthinking and I didn't want to like mess it up,
Yeah.
because all these coaches are going to see this. So I didn't want to, I'm thinking about, I'm going to mess this up for Hugh. I'm going to totally mess this up. I just screw this up. And so, anyway, so that's what we needed. That's truly what we needed. We needed a schedule and we needed to know what to say. And now don't get me wrong. I mean, it still was stressful in the sense of Hugh had to get the videos done. And he would have a list, I'm talking 10, 20 plus coaches that he was texting, through the message app because that's how they were contacting him. But then we had another 20 or so on Twitter. And the stress came in because they're not always responding. And so you guys made us feel better about that too, because here we're, every single week we're posting 2 or 3 times a week the things you tell us to post, what you tell us to say, and you might get, I don't know, 2 or 3 thank yous or a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And so then Hugh and I were getting worried about like, so does that mean they don't like me? Like, am I not doing whatever? So you guys really like talked us down from that, all that stress that came along with that was just part of it. So
Yeah. So those schools, when you would send some of those follow-ups that we had talked about or the content, and you only got 2 or 3 responses sometimes a week, and it was a little bit stressful, did some of those schools end up coming around in the end and giving you offers and being genuinely
oh,
interested?
yes, that's the crazy thing. So Hugh was sending all of that during football season. So it's during his football season. So, his schedule's crazy busy too. But as soon as football season was over, I mean, the response was overwhelming. So all these coaches that hadn't said a word, hadn't liked anything, said a thank you, nothing, are like, oh my gosh, we loved all your film. Thank you for sending it to me. I'm coming by the school to see you. Or I'm getting, can I talk to you? When can I call you? Can I call your parents? I mean, it was shocking because I mean, we were thinking, okay, well, we'll get those two or three schools that will call. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm also forgetting to mention, that's when we also implemented the emails with you guys.
Hmm.
Because before the time before I guess I don't know, we've been doing this with you now. Has it been over a year? Is
Close
that
to a
so?
year. Yeah.
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 So the first part we were just doing Twitter, and then we added in the emails
Yeah.
with the video. And so we didn't get any emails back, but we got coaches saying, we got your email, we saw your film. And we were like, really? Because nobody, it wasn't anything. There was nothing.
Yeah.
So they were watching and we just weren't aware. Excuse me.
Yeah. And that makes it hard in recruiting, right? When you
Yes.
are doing the right things, but might not be getting the results that you were hoping to get. And it's just a timeline thing. And if you just push that a little bit and give it a little bit more time, uh, things just start popping out of the woodwork. And especially for you guys, I personally was never worried because I knew what was going to happen because I've done this once or twice before, which is part of why I was able to just maybe just bring a little bit of like peace, I don't know, to it and say like, hey, I promise you it's going to be okay. Like keep putting in. I promise it's going to come back around. So, what did come back around? Like what ended up happening? What kind of results did you see once football season ended and we got into those next few months? What happened?
You got 18 offers. I believe it's 18. I'd have to really go back and count. 18 offers within 3 weeks. And the majority of them were Power Four D1 football teams. I mean,
Mm.
it was shocking the results we got. We still are kind of dumbfounded by the whole thing. I mean, it just went from nothing to, I mean, I think for 3 weeks at school, he was like, Mom, I feel like I'm in coach's office the whole time. I'm not even in class because all the coaches were coming in and talking to him. So it's very exciting. It was very exciting to see it all pay off. And you were right that it would. I mean, we just weren't, getting even a nibble of this or that during football season of something. And so it was very disheartening for him. And so that's hard because as a parent, those are some of the things you can't fix. I mean, there's just nothing you can do about it. So I was really glad to see that it all paid off.
Yeah,
So
and one thing I try to remind families is that I don't know a single family that's gone through the recruiting process that hasn't felt like you just mentioned at some point disheartened, anxious, worried. I haven't met a single family who's gone through the recruiting process without at least a small season of that. And to be fair, your son is very good, right? He's a good player. He's been
yes,
named on a couple lists. Like he's a very good player. He ended up getting 18 or who knows how many offers, D1 offers, Power Four conference offers. By all accounts, anybody looking from the outside would have assumed that it was just peaches and roses for you guys. And it was easy the whole time, and there was no stress. And that is just never true for anybody. It's not how recruiting goes. And so it was such a pleasure to work with you. Obviously, you're like the sweetest woman. I have to tell you, I impersonate you sometimes. I'm wondering if you'd like to. Here's my hi, Jack. I just want to thank you. That's my impersonation of you. Um, but no, you were such a pleasure to work with. I'm so
thank
happy for you. I'm glad things turned out the way that they did. We're not going to say the school that he committed to, but he went to an awesome school, and hopefully one day we're going to see him playing on TV, not just in college, but in the NFL.
we
So
hope.
anyway, Misty, I just wanted to thank you so much for sharing your experience here, for being an amazing person to just work with. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Um, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you one more question that I didn't let you
Okay.
know in advance.
Okay.
What advice do you have for any other parents that might be going through the recruiting process right now? And what advice do you have for them that you would like to impart from them that you have learned?
Um, just doing the work does pay off, even when you're not seeing any results. We truly cannot thank y'all enough for helping us with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Hugh would have gotten some offers just through school, but I don't think that we would have gotten the results that he did without doing those things, because he was getting offers from coaches that didn't come to the school. And so a lot of them, and one of them being the school he's committed to.
Yeah.
That coach didn't come to the school until after Hugh was committed to the school.
Mhm.
And so, anyway, I just do the work. I didn't mention anything about the camps, and going to the camps, but I feel like everything you say is so true about that, about having the relationship before you go makes a difference. Because we've been to camps where we didn't have the relationship and we did feel like we were spinning our wheels. And so, if you go to a camp and you see some kids getting some extra attention over your child, I really think that's the case now that we've experienced that. And and speaking of the camps, I would go to the ones that you get the invites from the coaches, not just some blanket um, invitation they kind of send to everybody. I hope I'm making sense in saying that. But anyway, but that's just my advice. Just keep doing it. Even though you're not getting a like or a thank you, just keep persevering that it will pay off. It did. It really did for us. And we were like, because you is a junior. This is your year now, that you really get recruited. And we were like, he's getting nothing. Like
Yeah.
this is not happening. And so anyway, and that's not how it played out. So that
Yeah.
would be my advice.
Awesome. I think that's great advice, and I hope other parents take that to heart. Misty, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you sharing your story. Appreciate you just being a phenomenal human being. And yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you too. Again, we cannot thank you enough. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So I really appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks, Misty. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too.